Hi Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is Griselle with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your next 30-day reading. These readings, as a reminder, is timeless. For your repeat offenders, you know who you are. I want to thank you so much for your support and just for you showing up. I appreciate that. And for you that are brand new, thank you for stopping in to check out what is going on with my channel. So I checked the bottom of the deck, all right? And we have coming apart. This is going to be our anchor. And so what you see is almost like two faces and two different people. It's almost like a Gemini factor or splitting apart. And as you see, I invited in the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. I actually called in my ancestor to help us with this reading, and so I hope that you find it helpful. So we are going to get into it, and I'm going to focus a little bit more on the cards. Coming apart. This is making me feel a little bit like the Tower. There is a cycle or something major that is completed. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. With that, yeah, I did count on my fingers. Sorry. I feel like it could be something that you've been sitting on the fence about, that you've been double-minded about, like hot and cold, yes and no, constantly turning it over in your head, and now something has fully erupted or is erupting in the next 30 days, and it's going to cause a major separation. I would say kind of like it's decision time, okay? It could also be, I see two people with their backs together. If you're in a partnership, it could be that you guys are not going to get along. You're not going to see eye to eye on whatever this thing is. With the number 10, the good news is that you're going to have a new beginning with the number 1, okay? Magician vibes, you can actually manifest whatever it is that you want to replace it, to fulfill that void, or, well, you can do whatever you want, right? For my Virgo friends, what's coming apart here for the next 30 days? Show me now. Into the unknown. Woo! How beautiful is this card? So it's almost like this person has no idea what's going on. There is a rainbow behind them. They can't even see the rainbow, which is the promise, right? I feel like you have a lot of color and vibrancy coming to you, but you are cinched, like wearing a corset, you know, all that fun stuff. They're incredibly beautiful. They're tight. They're meant to kind of hold you in and shape you. And maybe you've been feeling confined, and maybe you've been feeling blind, or maybe you don't know how to make your way through this coming apart thing. With this right here on the top of your mind is your stability. This is the root chakra. So it's something that, and it's through half, it's like half a curtain. So maybe you share a space or a marriage or partnership with someone, and you're worried about your half of the stability, or if you're going through a divorce, you're like, how is this going to work with just being able to survive on half if my partner gets the other half? How do I navigate this? And then she's got these rubber gloves on, and it's almost like, well, I can't touch anything. I don't know what to do. I don't want to touch anything and make it worse or make it better. It's almost like I'm free falling. That's a feeling I get. This little bird here is, I feel like, is just here to talk to you, to kind of maybe even sing to you and let you know things are going to be okay. You actually have to take off the blinders and see things clearly. Number 7 is a higher perspective. This is spiritual, okay? Very spiritual card. I have these beautiful flowers blooming here. So I feel like it's almost like you're leaving this side of the card and entering the other, because I feel like you've had this stability in some ways, but you're entering into a new phase and maybe being stable with a fraction of what you initially had before this thing comes apart, whether it's with a job, a relationship, or whatever. So I'm not saying that to scare you, but I'm definitely telling you, you have the keys. There are keys right here. I don't know if you can see that. That can actually make you soar. imitating the bird right here. Rose petals in the shape of hearts. So I feel like there is love kind of like with the red and stability on your mind. I love the purple also. That stands for royalty. And I feel like that's beautiful. I love her color, of course. So everything about this card is amazing. I'm going to say that because of the blue. There's something that needs to be spoken, okay? That's your throat chakra, and of course that is blue. And, excuse me, whatever needs to be spoken is from a higher perspective, because that's indigo, super, well, purple, super powerful color, okay? And so then we have strength here. It's funny because actually I was looking at her color and I'm like, it almost looks like a Leo lion's mane is, yeah, a lion's mane. So this can have to do with the Leo, or I don't know, somebody who has Leo in their chart. And then we have strength. Okay, so this is actually pretty incredible. Number 44 stands for stability twice if you break it down. 4 is a nod to the emperor and also to your stability. And it's almost like she's holding the world up and trying to enter or exit one world into a different one. And so this can be, it's like I want to enter into a world, but I only have half my resources, or I'm a little bit feeling rooted and feeling okay financially, that kind of a thing. And I'm just not sure how to go about it or how it's going to pan out for me if I leave this job, if I leave this partnership, if I leave this marriage, or marriage leaves me, whatever the case may be, okay? That's a crazy visual. Anyways, I feel like this is just being your most authentic self. I got to point this out, actually. So what I did notice before is that this person is completely, almost like naked, right? And this person is cloaked from like head to toe almost. All you see are her arms, barely. So everything else is covered and hidden. And so I feel like this is stepping into like your most authentic self, your nakedness of who you really are. And that's where your power lies. And that's where things are going to grow. Where you're going to feel the most comfortable. And the transition will not be easy. I'm not going to lie to you, especially with this coming apart. It will be difficult. So, 44 adds up to an 8. And so vibrationally, that could be mental cycles. So be careful that you're not, well, it's a nod to this again, back and forth. Yes and no, do and don't. Will I, do, won't I, whatever. All of that. So then we have movement, okay? So movement with the ostrich carrying this beautiful scenery. It's almost like having your own island. The ostrich, we all know, typically buries their head in the sand. So there could be a situation that you've known that needs to come apart for some time and you buried your head in the sand, or other people have, or a combination thereof. And so there is movement happening, and it's almost like through no choice or active choice of yours. I don't know. Something erupted, something happened. And so it could have been like a discovery, or somebody just said, okay, I quit. The masks are off. So if you're currently partnered or dating someone, or even in a family relationships, whatever the case may be, your masks are both coming off, the gloves come off, and you're not going to agree. So there's a period of like stalemate here. But I feel like this is you just gliding into the island and then being carried gracefully by this ostrich. And once upon a time, this ostrich wanted to bury its head, and there was no movement. If you had your head in the sand, literally, I mean, you can't move your body, so you are stuck. There is a lot of clouds over here, meaning that things can feel tumultuous a little bit, and you're carried by the wind a little bit. And it's like, well, I'm gonna, almost like I don't have a plan. I'm gonna try to control the weather. I don't exactly know how these weather balloons are controlled, but I'm going to talk about a ship because I know about that. It's controlled by a small rudder. And so I do know that these things have like two little things that you pull in order for like altitude and direction or whatever. And I feel like you're going to navigate the winds, meaning that whatever the tides bring you, whatever happens in your emotional climate, in your a real environment, financial, mental, spiritual, partnership, whatever the case may be, that you're going to try to navigate through it. I don't think you have necessarily like a hardcore plan, but you can't bury your head in the sand. This has been coming for a while, okay? And again, the balloon has a lot of different colors, but in here is the root chakra that stands for, you know, how you survive, how you take care of yourself, what you're rooted in, your confidence. Then I have like oranges and yellow, which stand for the sacral chakra and the solar plexus. So this is about things that you want, things that give you joy and sensuality and feeling of like aliveness. Is that a word? It is now. And then I have a sliver right here of green, a nod to the heart chakra. So I feel like this will help you kind of crack open your world. And yeah, look, coming to life. So I feel like you've been dormant and wearing a mask for maybe a long time. Maybe it's like, oh, I'm just, you know, here because of the kids and I'm not in it. Like my heart doesn't really belong to my partner, but I'm committed, that kind of a thing. And then it's like something happens, the masks are off. And then there is a big transition here. So very painful, very tough. My heart definitely goes out to you because anything like that, it's just not easy. But the good news is that you will feel alive once again. It's almost like this person is coming out of the dirt, out of dust, and being kind of like reborn a little bit. But I feel a lot of like dancing vibes, free flowing. She's actually wearing green. And I feel like, again, that's your heart chakra healing. With the blue and the green, those are to connect to your throat chakra. Obviously, if you're speaking, then the green your heart chakra. So maybe you need to speak your truth from the heart. And that will really help you to attain what it is that you want. This, whatever this is, globe, some kind of pretty, I don't know. But there is a transformation, okay? And so there's a little butterfly here, a major change, and I don't really know what this thing is. But if you look, her leg looks kind of dead and cemented into whatever this is. So it is a period of transition. Part of you can feel stuck in one place while you try to transition into something totally different. 9, 10, 11. So you could be seeing the numbers 11, 11. The numbers 10 could be kind of reoccurring to you. You could also see the number 8. You could also be experiencing some obsession with like recurring thoughts or flipping and flopping on an idea or a decision. But this is you coming to life. And then all the blue, you're able to speak your truth. And then from the waist down, it's really nebulous. You might not really know how you are going to sustain yourself, how things are going to shake out. It might make you feel a little bit insecure initially, but I think that the freedom and going with the flow and allowing for this transition to happen will make you really feel like you are opening up to life, coming to life. What else can I say about that, right? And here we go. So it'll be time to play, to have fun, ride the wave, right? Being a dolphin. And even I didn't notice before, but this person's sitting on top of the dolphin. So, you know, you could be taking a trip out to the beach or just having some playtime, enjoying yourself. There's all this green. So there's happiness in the heart chakra. And with, this is like faintly yellow over here with the solar plexus. This is like I am, my will. This is I know what I want, my desires. So I think that things will come really to the forefront just with authenticity, okay? And then we're going to pull a couple of cards, maybe just to get a little bit clarity on what this coming apart is. For my Virgo friends, what is going on for Virgo? Thank you. The Hermit. Well, that is your card, actually. This is a jump card, number 9. 9 to me always feels more like nearing an end, defensive. You could have gone within and ignored all the signs. All these zombies are trying to poke through and claw at her and get the human, but she don't care. There's an element of time right here, and which indicates that maybe you've been thinking about this for a while, and yet, you know, she's comfortable. She's eating her bonbons. I mean, I'm not going to hate on that. And then there's time, and then a nod now to the red again. So your security, financial stability, how you earn your money, whatever the case may be, can be a reference. But also maybe things have been ignored that should have been addressed. But regardless, you know, it's going to be time. There's not going to be a choice at this point. And so these zombies definitely want to get in and kind of disturb her peace. So you could have been kind of like an emotional hibernation, or not saying a lot to anyone, overdoing it on binging on TV, binging on porn, binging on shopping. I heard Amazon shopping, ordering things online, eating sweets, of course, buying things that feel good, like the material here looks like very soft and kind of silky sensual, so maybe just buying things that make her comfortable. But she's devoid of color. Again, she almost looks kind of like one of the zombies. It's like you've been living and kind of comfortable, but not even really alive in a sense. Just a lot of escapism, I feel, with this. Okay, so I hope that has been enlightening. This one was poking through the Knight of Hazards. So this is the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest knight in the whole deck. And this tells me that you've been at a standstill with this stoplight, stop, slow, go. And again, that is a nod to coming apart. Okay, do I, don't I, couldn't I, should I, wouldn't I, whatever. So it's that kind of a vibe, and you've been at a standstill, not being sure when the light turns, or if it's like you can't even see the street lights, okay? Being cuffed to this beautiful car. Of course, I'm going to love it. And a lot of cobwebs. It's been a long time in coming that you've been kind of stuck, treating this as a stoplight or stop sign instead of a traffic light. And then there's a moon. So maybe by this full moon, that's going to be... Actually, this moon, when I'm shooting this, these are timeless, but a moon is going to full moon in Virgo. Okay, so oddly enough, it just dawned on me. So that can really have a mirror, and you could have a lot of feelings at this time, feeling a lot of intensity, but also because you're Virgo, you're extremely astute, you pick up on subtleties, and I think that you're just gaining a lot of knowledge and wisdom as well. So that might help you on your journey. So Virgo, much luck to you. If you like this reading, please do smash that like button, like, share, comment, subscribe, and until next time, namaste.